So hi class! So good day everyone. I am your teacher Nina for today. So how are you today class? Okay, I hope everyone that you are all okay despite of the challenges that we experience right now. But before we proceed to our new topic for today class, let me check your attendance. So everybody present here? Okay, that's great to hear everyone. So for today class, let's have a new topic for today that we were going to tackle and learn. So, are you ready to listen our new topic for today class? Okay, that's great to hear everyone. So, just listen carefully class because at the end of the discussion, I will ask you a question one by one. So, understand class? Okay, that's great to hear everyone. So our new topic for today class is all about the communication for academic purposes. So when you say communication for academic purposes, what comes up in your mind? So anyone? Okay, very good, Casey. So communication for academic purposes or academic communication, it involves presenting ideas effectively and formally in a scholastic environment. It also called scholarly communication, and it refers to communication methods that highly structured and generally used only in pedagogical or academic settings. So meaning from the word itself, academic purposes, it's school purposes only or in a scholastic environment. It is generally used only in pedagogical and academic settings. So in short, it's only for school purposes or kanang mga paperworks nga related sa school. So understand class if what is the communication for academic purposes. Okay, that's great to hear everyone. So next, let's proceed to academic writing. So what is academic writing? So anyone? Okay, thank you, Kristen. So, academic writing is a formal style of writing used in school, universities, and research institutions. So, ang academic writing, muna siya ang formal style of writing class nga ginagamit siya sa school or universities and research institutions. Like for examples, essays, thesis, and research. So, the main goal is to communicate ideas clearly, logically, and with evidence so that the reader can easily understand and trust the information. So, sa pagbuhat og mga academic writing or paperworks class is naatay dapat nga gisunod. Dapat it should be clear, logical, and supported by evidence. Dili gid ta kayo nagano lang og buhat og mga paperworks kay naa na siya steps or rules if unsaon pagbuhat. So understand class? Okay, that's great to hear everyone. So now on, let's proceed to the characteristics of academic writing. So what I've said earlier nga ang sa pagbuhat og mga academic writing kay na siya'y mga ways nga gisunod na siya'y pamamaraan pa or pamaagi. So here are the 4 characteristics of academic writing. So first class, we have planned and focus.
So plan and focus class, it is very important to apply an academic writing or we make an academic writing because it guides the well direction of what we are writing. So when we are planned and focused, we can make sure that every idea that we include in our writing is connected to the question or topic. So meaning class that we must know what is our topic all about. So in that way, kibaw na ta if unsa ang atong mga i-include, kibaw na ta if unsa ang dapat nato i-include sa ato ang writing. So, let's avoid kanang mga unnecessary information nga dili na siya related sa topic. So, this helps our work stay organized and easy to follow. So, ang plan and focus sa class kay makatabang siya sa atoang writings nga organize siya ug easy siya nga masabtan. Murag organized sad gali ang utok sa magkuan sa mga readers. So, being planned means that we think first before writing. We decide that points to include, what examples to use, and how to explain them. So, this prevents our writing from becoming confusing or messy. So, easy na siya i-understands sa mga readers. So, understand class if unsa ang plan and focus. Okay, that's great to hear, everyone.
So next class, we have structured and organized. So structured and organized class, this means that your ideas should connect naturally. So ideas flow smoothly from one point to another point. So like for example class, nagsuwat ka og essay. And then sa first paragraph sa imong essay, kay state nimo didto ang problems. And next class, sa next paragraph kay solutions na pod. And then next paragraph class kay problems na pod. So, dili na siya mao class. So dapat if problems ra siya sa first paragraph, problems ra ginatanan ang i-state dito. And then second paragraph, diha na ibutang ang solution. So that class, in that way, the reader should not feel confused while nagbasa sila. So next follows a logical order, introduction, body, and conclusion. So, kibaw naman ta na class no, nga sa pagbuhat og essay, mag-follow gid ta sa kanang format. So, introduction, body, and conclusion. Next is uses paragraph that each focus on one clear idea. So, like for example na ko ganiha class, nga sa first paragraph, kay nag-focus sa problems. At the second paragraph, kay nag-focus siya sa solutions. Next is connect ideas with transition word to maintain coherence. So, unsa man din yung transition word class? So, anyone? So, kaning transition word class, muna siya ang mga words nga ginagamit nato while magbuhat og essay like first, next, however, therefore, in addition, meanwhile, and finally. So, kani nga mga words class kay muna siya makatabang sa imong writings para organize ang pagbasa sa mga audience, dili sila maka-feel og confused. So, next class, the formal tone and style. So, formal tone and style class is use polite, objective, and academic language. So, meaning, mogamit ka og mga polite nga words. Dili ka magamit og kanang mga binastos, walay batasan nga pagkastorya, o kanang sobra ka personal nga mga words. So, next class is avoid slang, construction, like don't, can't, and overly casual words. So, don't use kanang mga casual words class like can't, don't, gonna, wanna, inana nga mga words class. So, next class is write and complete clear and concise sentence. So, meaning that ang imong pagkasuwat is walay words nga kuwang sa usa ka sentence. Dapat siya klaro o direct to the point siya class, concise sentence. Ang iyahang main point, ang mabutang radyo didto. So next class is maintains a balance and unbiased tone. So dapat class walay bias, so wala siya gidapigan, dapat fair. Next is use correct grammar, spelling, and punctuation. So use correct grammar class. And then spelling and punctuation. Kay bisan usara na siya ka comma class, pwede na siya makaguba sa usa ka sentence. So nasabtan ra ang formal tone and style class. Okay, that's great to hear everyone. So next class, let's proceed to evidence and well supported. So evidence and well supported class that when we writing in an academic paper, it is important that we include facts, kanang mga tinuod, examples, statistics, kanang mga result based sa inyong gibang interviews, and expert opinions to support arguments. So when we say expert opinions class, kanang mga opinions sa mga professionals like teachers, doctors, like inana. And then shows knowledge of the topic through research information. So, you need to research a reliable and fact information class nga imuhang i-include sa imuhang academic papers. And then, avoids personal opinions without proof. So, meaning that i-avoid na to include ang mga personal opinions if wala na dihay proof. And next is uses citations and a reference list to properly acknowledge to all the resources. So meaning kung naa kay ginagamit nga idea like gikan sa libro, sa ubang tao, sa kanang mga website kay imuhang i-include sa imuhang research paper para dili na siya matawag og plagiarism. So, kasabot ra class. Okay, that's great. So, next is build credibility by presenting reliable and accurate information. So, meaning that nga ang imuhang iipang-include sa imuhang academic papers, sa imong mga writings, kay kanang reliable and accurate information. So, kanang mga tinuod og sakto nga information. So, did you understand, class, if unsa ang evidence and well supported? Okay, that's great to hear, everyone.
Good day, everyone. In this video, I will be discussing what a research paper is and the steps in writing one. So, what is research paper? A research paper is a piece of academic writing based on its author's original research on a particular topic and the analysis and interpretation of the research findings. It can be a form of a term paper, a master's thesis, or a doctoral dissertation. There are steps in writing research paper. So, first, choosing a topic. Choose a topic that captures your interest. Your attitude towards the topic may determine the amount of effort and enthusiasm that you put into your research. So, choosing a topic is the first and most important step in writing a research paper because it sets the direction of your entire study. So, ang imong piliin nga topic dapat kanang makapokus sa imong interest. Something you are curious about or something that you want to learn more deeply. Kay kung interesado ka sa imong topic, you naturally put more effort into reading, researching, and understanding it. And you're also motivated and curious throughout the process. So, for example, imong piliun nga topic is about COVID-19. So, this topic is a good choice because it is real and relevant issue that affected everyone. It also has many aspects na pwede nimong i-explore, sama sa epekto sa panlawas, education, jobs, mental health, o sa economy. Kani nga topic daghan kaayo trusted nga information gikan sa DOH or Department of Health, WHO or World Health Organization, making it easier to support your research. Next step is finding information. Gathering information from credible sources is essential. Reliable websites, especially those with .edu or educational institute, .gov or government, or .org or organization. So these domains provide trustworthy background data. Evaluating online sources critically ensures that you use accurate and relevant information in your study. So after choosing a topic, the next step is to gather information that will support your research. Finding credible sources is very important because it ensures that the information you use are accurate, reliable, and based on evidence good. Kay kung dili kasaligan ang sources, mahimong weak or sayop ang imuhang research. So, mas maayo gamiton ang mga website nga nag-end og .edu or educational institute, .gov, and .org. So, these sites usually came from schools, government agencies, and organizations that check their information carefully before publishing it. Using credible sources also helps your research become more convincing, more professional, and more respected by your readers. So, like for example, if ang topic is COVID-19, so you can use information from trusted sites like uh.gov.ph. So, the third step is writing the thesis statement. The thesis statement expresses the central idea of your entire paper. Before writing it, you must first collect, organize, and understand your research materials. A strong thesis guides your arguments and clearly identifies the main problem your study aims to address. So, the thesis statement is the central idea or the heart of your research paper. It tells your audience the main point of your study, basically what you want to prove, explain, or understand. A strong thesis statement helps you stay focused because it gives your research a clear direction. So, pananglitan, if ang imong topic is about COVID-19, your thesis might be like COVID-19 has significantly affected the mental health of senior high school students. So, kani nga thesis statement, klaro kay nga nagpakita kini kung unsa gyud ang imuhang gusto mahibalan, like sa stress, anxiety, challenges in schooling, and how students were emotionally affected. By having a clear thesis, you avoid getting lost or writing unnecessary information. It helps your audience easily understand what your research is all about. So, these first 3 steps in writing a research paper include choosing a topic that interests you, gathering information from credible sources, and creating a thesis statement that guides your study. So, understanding these steps will help you create a well-structured, meaningful, and reliable research paper. So, that's all for a part, and the next 2 steps will be discussed by Federico Hondos. Thank you for listening.
So, this is the continuation of discussion about the kanang research paper writing kanang gi-report din siya ni Caitlin Sososco and continuation rin siya. So, number 4 is formulation of research title. A good research title must be reflective. So, if we talk about be reflective, kana bitaw paano be reflective means kanang the research title should clearly reflect or show what the study is about. It must give the reader an idea of the research focus, like makahatag na siya idea sa atong readers kung unsa siya all about ang atong kanang research title o unsay problem, like makahibaw bitaw sila dayon og kanang o unsa siya about, like for example no kanang all about siya sa kanang all about siya sa kanang social media, like unsay affect sa kanang social media sa mga students like inana. And next is letter B, which is list key variables. List key variables means a good research title should clearly show the main elements or factors that the study will focus. Kanang list key variables, which is na say key variables about sa inyong research title kung unsa siya all about, like for example katong kanang about sa social media nga maka-affect siya sa kanang students. And letter C is peer rating in scientific or technical style. It means the title should use formal, academic, or research appropriate language. So as kanang sa kailangan nimo isuot siya informal o academical, like inana kandi ka magbuhat og lain-lain nga kung di formal ra gid siya. And next is letter D, which is be concise and non-repetitive. Unsa man na siya. So it means the title must be short, direct, and should not repeat the same idea. Should dili dapat nga magbalik-balik ang imong title, kailangan usar gid siya og direct to the point. Like for example, social media usage and its impact on teen mental health. Like sa inyong mabati karon og inyong mapaminaw siya, dili siya kanang siya like tinaw siya, dili siya mubo or di sad siya balik-balik, which is, so let's move on. And also, it must answer the following questions. So what it is? Like this. What question will answer the following? Like, what are you trying to investigate or unsay investigate nga kanang problem? What are you trying to find out, determine, or discover? Unsay kailangan nyo mahibawan o nyo ma-discover about sa inyong problem nga gi-studyhan. And next is who question will answer who are the respondents or the subject of the study. Like who, kinsa yung mga respondents. Like for example, mga BEd 1 students sa CTU Tabugon. And where question will indicate the research locate settings on the place where the research study is conducted, which is kung asa gi conduct ang inyong study. Like for example, dito sa CTU Tabugon Extension, which is niyo gi conduct ang study sa BEd 1 kung unsay impact sa social media. And next is write, or number 5, which is writing the outline of the research paper. Outlines provide a means of organizing your information in the hierarchical or logical order. For research papers, a formal outline can help you keep track of large amounts of information. And it's kanang all about siya sa pag-organizing sa inyong idea or information and clear and structured. Kanang like go to the floor bitaw siya like limpyo siya. Like kung kita organize siya, like for example na ay introduction ng inyong kanang research paper, like introduction, methodology, results, and conclusion, which is hanay siya. So unsa may purpose ana kay para magka kuan bitaw siya like organize ang inyong research paper. And next is how to create an outline, which is letter A is place your thesis statement at the beginning of the outline. So you need to place your thesis outline to the beginning of the outline. Start your outline by writing your thesis statement first, then choose the main idea or central argument for your research paper. Like for example, thesis statement: social media affects the study habits of high school students. Like siya kanang unsay thesis statement about sa inyong like katong social media o naka-affect sa mga BEd students. Then next is letter B, which is list the major points that support yung thesis statement. Label them in Roman numerals. Like it means after the thesis statements, write your main ideas or arguments. These are the big section of your outline and they should be labeled with Roman numerals. Like for example, na ay sa IO kanang human numerals ka 1 and 2, which is ang indicated to kay ang positive and negative effects sa social media, kung unsay positive effects sa social media sa mga BEd students and negative effects sa mga students. And let's move on to letter C, which is list supporting ideas or arguments for each major point. Label them in capital letters like A and B and C and etc. So, hindi mo siya i-label nga na ay supporting ideas and arguments. Like for example, na ay kanang like 1, which is positive effects of social media, and isundan na niyo siya ang A or B nga na ay access to educational content, which is and easy communication with classmates, which is mao na nagka-support sa positive effects sa social media, which is ang katulsang kanang sa manamta sa 1, so mobalhin ta sa 2, which is mao to ang negative effects sa social media nga natay kanang ang negative effect sa social media, which is maka time consume sa usa ka student og maka kanang kan siya like o magsige lang sila ganang Facebook or maka-watch sila sa mga social media nga mahurot yun ilang oras dito o dili na sila maka review or something sa ilang mga buhatonong sa eskwelahan like inana. And last is letter D, which is if applicable, continue to subdivide each supporting idea until your outline is fully developed. Label them in 1, 2, 3, etc. and then A, B, C, etc. And that's all. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, good morning. So our topic for group 3 is communication for academic purposes. So now we will tackle about the structure of academic text. So academic texts usually follow a structure called EMRAD, which stand for I is for introduction, M for methods and materials, and R for result, and D is for discussion. So the aim and the research questions, which are usually found after the introductions, together with the conclusion and references, complement the structure by Berger 2016. So meaning to say, this structure class is makahelp ni siya sa tua to make a research paper nga clear and organized siya. So ang mga readers can easily understand the study. Okay. But before we proceed the introduction class, let's have first the research aim. So the research aim, it expresses the intention or an aspirations of the research study. It's summarized in a single sentence what you hope to achieve at the end of a research project. Your aim should be specific and phrased in such a way that it is possible to identify when it has been achieved. So, from the word aim, meaning nagtell siya the main goal or purpose nimo sa imuha nga study. It explain in just one sentence, and it explain what the researcher wants to achieve. Like for example, kaning gi-aim nimo nga to find out how students manage their time when studying online. So dira pa lang daan ang imong gi-aim or goal or purpose sa imong nga study is dapat makahibalo ka kung unsaon sa mga bata pag-manage ilahang time when studying online. So mao nay gitawag nato og research aim. Okay, so nasabtan ra class. Okay, so next we have here the research question. So it formulates a research problems that you want to investigate. The scope of the questions is informed by your research aim and your research objectives. So these are the question class that study wants to answer. So they come from the aim and guide the directions of the research. Like for example, kani, how many hours do students spend studying online every day? And what problems do students face studying online? And what strategies do students use to manage their time? So, diba, kana palang daan, through ana nga question is makuha nimo ang imong gi-aim sa imong gi-studyhan nga research. So now, let's proceed to the introduction. So the introduction class serves the purpose of leading the reader from a general subject area to a particular field of research. It establishes the context of the research being conducted by summarizing the current understanding and background information about the topic. So kaning introduction class is the first part of the research. So, dili nimo ma-explain kung unsa ang imuhang study is all about and nganong importante man ni siya nga study. And then, dili nimo mahatag imong mga background informations about sa imuhang nga topic. And then, stating the purpose of the work in the form of the hypothesis, questions, or research problem, briefly explaining your rationale, methodological approach, highlighting the potential outcomes your study can reveal, and describing the remaining structure of the paper. So, diri sad nimo also ma-state imong mga research problems, mga purpose, and sometimes the hypothesis. So, mo ni gitawag nato introduction. Okay, so now let's proceed to the methods and materials. So, sections of the research paper should be concise. The audience reading the paper will always want to know what materials or methods that we were used. The methods and materials may be under subheadings in the section or incorporated together. So, ma'am, what are the difference between methods and materials? So, when we say a method class are the systematic approach na atong gamiton to collect and analyze data. It includes na anang experiment, surveys, observations, case study, and interview, while ang materials are the tools and the substances used in the study. Can be anything from laboratory equipment and software to questionnaire, data sets, and participants. Kaya kung miingon man tag method good, mao na ang mga are the steps and procedure or how you will do the research or how will you do it. And then kung ingon tag materials are the things or tools or objects nga you need to conduct the research. Like for example, laptop, phone, kanang questionnaire paper, recorder for interview. So mao nay gitawag og materials. So nag-gets our class? Okay. So the next structure is result, which will be discussed by Mr. Charles Maloloyon.
So, good morning, class. I am your teacher for today's day. So, let me introduce myself first. So, I am teacher Charles. So, today we will continue the topic of Ma'am Nandra last day. So, unsa to before we start our discussion is kanang unsa to mga previous topic ni Ma'am Nandra. So, right. Ang topic ni Ma'am Nandra last day is the structure of academic texts. So, nato'y upat ko siya gi-mention, di ba? So, first is research aim. Second is research question. And then third is introduction. And fourth is method and materials. So, today is ma-proceed ta sa number 5. Number 5 is results. The results sections of the research paper is where you report the findings of your study based upon the information gathered as a result of the methodology or methodologies you applied. The results section should simply state the findings without bias or interpretations and arrange in a logical sequence. The result sa research paper, this is important if we're going to make a research paper. We'll find information based rasad sa imong topic or atong topic. Kung makagather na kag information, dapat need good og result. Without bias or interpretation, dapat sad ma-arrange in a logical sequence ka nagibitang sunod-sunod yun siya. Mao na ang results. So we are done in number 5. So let's proceed to number. The purpose of the discussion is to interpret and describe the significance of your findings in light of what was already known about the research problem being investigated and to explain any new understandings or fresh insights about the problem after you taken the findings into consideration. The discussions will always connect to the introductions by way of the research questions or hypothesis. So, ang purpose sa discussion is para ma-interpret o ma-describe sa important na information. Kani siya is kung unsa ang nasabtan about sa problem or problema na i-investigate o unsaon pag-explain with understanding or fresh insights. Dapat ang discussion is always good na siya connect sa introductions the way sa research questions or hypothesis. Letter A. First paragraph. Repeat the aim and give the importance of the study to the field. For instance, you can say, this is the first study to examine the features of Philippine English across the regions. Then, you briefly account for the most important parts of your results, perhaps linking them to your hypothesis have one. So, ang first paragraph is dapat repeat, and repeat. Dapat nasad kay aim para sa imong study. Dapat imong tagaan og importance. Dapat siya Dapat siya awa. For instance, you can say this is the first study to examine the futures of Philippine English across the region. So this is the first paragraph. So repeat. Human naman ta sa letter A, maproceed ta sa letter B. The rest of the discussion analyze and interprets the results. These questions can help you. So, kani ko letter B is, sa discussion is dapat analyze o ma-interpret ang results. So, mo ni mga guided questions. So, una is, what do your results mean? Unsa ang gipasabot sa results? Second is, how do they relate the previous research? Dapat yun, ma-relate ang imong previous research para makagather ka og results. So third is, what are the reasons for potential differences between your studies and previous research? What the potential similarities and indicates? So, kini pa lang is, dapat tigaan mo reasons and potentials o differences ang imong topic. Fourth is, how may your methods have affected your results? What are the strengths and weaknesses of the study? Dapat nahibaw ang ginimuon sa ang strengths and weaknesses sa imong report. The next is, how do they affect your results? Unsa daw apekto sa results? Next is, how are your results important to future development? Unsa man gyud ang kaimportante ang imong future sa development sa imong imong results? Next is, what are the pedagogical implications? For example, dapat need you og example. And the last one is, what kind of research is needed to fill in the future and why? Unsa man gyud? Ngano? Dapat naagid siya answer. So mao ni ang mga guided questions nga makatabang sa ato ang pagbuhat og result or research paper. So today we will proceed to number 7. Number 7 is conclusion. The conclusion is intended to help the reader understand why your research should matter to them after they have finished reading this paper. A conclusion is not merely summary of your points or a restatement of your research problem, but a sentences of key points. So, kani kanong conclusion is makatabang ni sa mga reader para ma-understand og unsa gyud ang research unsa ang research. So, ang conclusion is need gyud ni siya sa kung maghimo kag research paper. Dapat summarize na tanan ang sulod nimo, dapat ipasabot. So, we have introduction, body, conclusion. Sa conclusion man gid is murag imo na siyang gi-summarize ang inyong topic. Nasabtan class? Okay. So we are done in number 7. So now let's proceed to number 8. So number 8 is references. Indicate all cited sources of data and use the American Psychological Association or APA style of documentation for additional information about the latest edition 7 of APA. Click the link below. So, references is mag-gather di mga data. Dapat, kung diyan ka nagkuha og mga information is dapat naka-indicate gina siya. Dapat all cited. Use APA. What is APA? APA is American Psychological Association. Dapat, kung maghimo kag research paper, dapat naagad siya references. So, class, naara ba nasabtan tanan? Alright. So, today, maura na atong topic for today's day and see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good day everyone. So today I will be presenting my report about communication for academic purposes, focusing on the key features of academic texts, and I hope this discussion help us understand how academic writing works and why these features are important in delivering clear and reliable information. Key features of academic text: whatever format is followed for the presentation of ideas, the various academic texts are identified through their basic features. So first, we have literacy narrative. So literacy narrative is well-told story, vivid detail, and clear significance. So when we say literacy narrative is a story, it is a story about your own experience with writing, reading, or learning. It tells how you learned something and how it affected you. So, ang kaning literacy kay mo na siya ang story about your own experience sa pag-read and write or learning. Next is article or book review. So, a summary of text, attention to context, a clear interpretations, and support for your conclusion. So, ang kaning article or book review is a short writing where you summarize the text, pay attention to context, give a clear interpretation, or support your conclusions. To sum up, article or book review is when you summarize text, explain its main ideas, consider its background, and share your opinion with reason. The third one is research report. So research report is a tightly focused topic, well-researched information, various writing strategies, clear definition, and appropriate design. So when we say research report, it is a is a paper that focuses on a specific topic na gamit og mga clear ug saktong informations and ga-apply po sila mga different writing strategies para ma-present ang idea nila in a clear way. O klaro nga, naghatag sa sila og clear definitions sa mga important terms. So, the fourth one is position paper. So, position paper is a clear and arguable position, background information, good reason, convincing evidence, appeals to readers, a trustworthy tone, consideration of any other position. So, when we say position paper, mo siya is a writing where you state your clear opinion, give background information, provide good reason and strong evidence. So, muna siya ang position paper, kaya muna siya ang writing, kanang stating mo ang clear nga opinion, kanang nakagibarugan nga sakto imong information nga gakuan kag basta strong evidence, kaya provide kag strong evidence. Muna siya ang position paper. And last is abstract. So, abstract is a summary of a basic information, objective description, brevity. So, when we say abstract, it is a short summary that gives the basic information of a study, written in an objective and factual way, and keep it very brief. So, ano siya, ang abstract ay mara siya mga short summary that gives basic information. That's end my part of the report. Thank you for listening, and the next presenter will continue the other key features of academic text.
So, good day everyone, I am Joel Mendoza, and now I will be discussing about the key features of academic text. So, let's proceed to the evaluation. A concise description of the subject, clearly defined criteria, knowledgeable discussion, a balanced and fair assessment, well-supported reasons. So, when we say evaluation, mao ni ang pag-describe nimo sa usa ka butang or pag-judge if kung kamao ba siya o dili. And then, dapat po siya suportahan nimo ang imong husay nga paggamit ana o dapat po klaro ang criteria o ang mga rason. So next is the laboratory report. an explicit title, abstract, purpose, methods, results, and discussions, reference, appendices, appropriate format. So, laboratory reports is mag-need siya og format. If kung mag-experiment ka sa science, dapat jud na siya ay title. The next is the abstract, which is the summary sa imuhang topic na imong buhaton nga experiment. And then the purpose. Unsay purpose nimo nga nang imo nagibuhat nga experiment. And then the methods is the step by step kung unsa nimo pagbuhat. And then the result and discussions. Kung unsay mao ni siya, kung unsay mga mahitabo o unsa pod ang iyahang pasabot ani. Then references, the next is the references, then appendices. Then so ang appendices mao ni siya ang mga dugang nga mga impormasyon nga atong ma-learn. And then next is the literary analysis. An arguable thesis, careful attention to the language of the text, attentions to patterns or themes, accurate interpretation. Ang literacy analysis kay usa sa pagsulat nga nag-explain sa kahulugan sa story or text pinaagi sa process. Paggamit sa text or words o pag-ila sa themes or patterns na gamiton sa pagbuhat og mga story. So next is the proposal. A well-defined problem, a recommended solution, a convincing argument for your solution, possible questions, a call for actions, and appropriate tone. When you say proposal, ano siya? So when you say proposal, which is nag-propose or mag-offer og solution sa usa ka problema, dapat na ay klaro nga problema nga madali ra nato mahatagan og solusyon, ug dapat po lig-on ang mga rason nganong maayo na o unsay angay panglaing buhaton o dapat pod respetado ta sa atong audience. O dapat makumbinsi nimo ang ubang tao nga mosuporta pod sa kana nga solutions. The next, in the online discussion forum or group chat created by your teacher, state the similarities are comparison and differences are contrasts between scholarly report and the professional report. So, ang similarity sa duha, ang similarity sa scholarly report o sa professional report is parehas sila kay klaro ang organize ang format nini o nagamit po sila og mga facts o evidence sa pagbuhat o gihimo para maka-inform sa mga audience o kinahanglan hapsay klaro o sakto ang ilahang pagsulat. So when we say ang difference nila sa duha, ang scholarly report kay mao ni siya ang pang-eskwelahan or sa research. Mas formal ang estilo nga pagsuwat na ay citations, theories, o ang tumong ni mao ang pagtuon sa usa ka topic para sa teachers, students, o sa researchers. So, while the professional report, mao siya ang para sa trabaho or opisina. Mas simple o direct to the point ang ilahang pagsulat. Nag-focus sa solusyon o decision sa trabaho o ang tumungpod nila ang paghatag ng impormasyon sa mga managers, empleyado o sa ilahang clients. Tama. Would be all, everyone. Thank you for listening.